Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Thursday, February 22nd. It is 6:19 right now. Market's going to open in about 11 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick, and we'll get started shortly with our analysis for today. Just got a few things here to update, and we should be good to go. All right, a few more things here. All right, looks good. Let me get this link sent out to you guys here in the premium. All right, as people join in, I'm going to start marking liquidity over here on the daily chart. Good. We're getting pretty close to the all-time high here, it looks like. Going down to the 8-hour. Going down to the 4-hour. Going down to the 2-hour. Going down to the 1-hour. Down to the 30-minute. Changes to red. Down to the 15-minute. Down to the 10-minute. And it looks like we are good to go. All right, guys, so we have liquidity over here marked up top at 38,919. So if price makes a push to the all-time high, that's going to be the first level of liquidity right there. Lower level down here is going to be at 38,805. And those are the two closest levels for liquidity. Over here on our clean chart, markup 630. Markup 8 o'clock. See if there's structure here on the 4-hour. Structure down here. Let's go down to the 1-hour. Same structure. So looking at this right now, price is currently in the 1-hour resistance. Take this off. All right, the price is pretty much pushing off the 1-hour or 4-hour resistance, actually. There goes the 4-hour resistance level right there. And we'll see if price tumbles its way back down or if it keeps pushing up from here. Um, Other than that, see, I think today's a heavy news day, guys. So we had news over here at 5:30, and we have more news at 6:45, 7, 7:30, and 8. So 5:30, which already passed right here, the big candle, of course. We got that. We got news at 6:45, 7, and 7:30. So I'm a little torn here because I want to take every single trade that comes up every day with regard to the breakouts, but as you know, the news is coming up really soon right here at 6:45. So the entry would have to happen very, very quickly. And if not, then I'm gonna have to make a decision whether I want to take the trade or not. Um, so it's gonna be a split decision, guys. If anything, I might, if it looks a little too crazy on open, I have to see how the market opens here at 6:30, because that's gonna be the real deciding factor whether I decide to take the breakout or not. If it's moving super erratic and all over the place, then obviously I'm gonna be a little careful. Maybe take it with only a few accounts versus all my accounts, or maybe even just one account. If not, then we'll see how it moves. If it moves normal, then I'll just take it as I regularly would. But again, I'll have to see how the market moves here on open. So good morning, everybody. Looks like most of you guys are here so far. Today is Thursday, February 22nd. It is 6:25 right now. Market's going to open in about 5 minutes. As I just mentioned, there's a ton of news coming up right here at 6:45, 7, and 7:30. So I got to be a bit careful, and I got to decide whether I want to take the breakouts or not today, depending on how the market moves here on open. If it moves super erratic, then I might have to take it with maybe one account or maybe a few accounts. Um, but if it's moving smooth, then I might just take it as I regularly would. So we really won't know until we know. We got to wait until 6:30 here, and I'll make a decision once it comes closer to that time. Let's see who's here so far. Morning, Rashida. Morning, Andrew. Morning, Daniel. Morning, Kaner. Morning, Patricia. Morning, Maria. Morning, William. Morning, everybody. All right, so yeah, we'll see what happens here shortly, guys. Here's a PRB chart. Let me just get
Hey,
a little
what's up,
closer.
traders? James Sixman, CEO of
Take Profit Trader. I get their advertisement like every single day now. Guys, and just another heads up, Apex is doing 90% off right now. So if you guys want to take advantage of that, go ahead and use the link, use the code JJNIE owner. I think this is like the owner link. So like if you guys use this link, this is like the main link that will it'll always give you the highest discount. I know some people have used other links and the discounts were either not there or they were lower discount. But if you use this link that I sent out, this is like from the owner of Apex, because I talked to him. Well, I don't know if I talked to the owner, but I talked to whoever's in charge directly, and he gave me this specific link because I told him that we have a community here and basically you guys are gonna kill it and stuff. So he gave me this link here that's basically it's a lifetime link. Whenever you guys use this link here and use this code, it's gonna give you the highest discount at the time. So it's 90% off right now if you guys want to use it. I'll post the link over here again if you guys want to take advantage of it. It's a pretty good deal, guys. It's like $30 for a 150K account. So if anybody's looking to sign up to Apex, this is like the best deal that you'll ever get. And it's just it's a steal. Like if I didn't have my accounts maxed out at 20 accounts, then I would have been okay with it. At this point, I'm like, dang, what if I just even if I wanted to go YOLO and then if I needed to buy new accounts, it wouldn't be a big, I'd be able to recoup it pretty quickly. Or if I for whatever example, if I ended up blowing my account, now which I'm not planning on doing, but I was just saying if someone has to blow their account, it'd be super easy for them to just buy another 90% off at $30. So yeah, just post the link there if you guys are interested. If not, then it's completely fine. Yeah, Jonathan said he just bought one 15 minutes ago. William said he bought one too. Yeah, it's so cheap. It's $30. Like $30 for 150K accounts to possibly get funded. It's like a steal for sure. But yeah, it ends in 4 days. So if you guys want to add some accounts, feel free to add them. If not, then that's fine. It's up to you guys. Again, there's no need to sign up for Apex, guys. Nobody here has to sign up for Apex. I'm just giving it out to you guys because I'm using it. So it's just up to your preference. Anyways, market is going to open in about a minute, guys. The trend here is currently bullish, it looks like, but we'll see what happens here in the next minute when the market actually opens. So we'll see here shortly. PRV chart right here. This is my BV3 chart over here. So there's already a V1 pattern, but there's a sell signal here. So there's no way that we can take the entry here for a breakout V3. We'd have to look for price to swing back up, which looks like there may be a V1 pattern right there. All right, guys. So market is now open. Markup opening price right there. All right, so this might set up for a breakout V3 entry. Alrighty, we have the V1 pattern right there on the bottom. We have the V1 pattern down below. We need the buy signal. Let's see what happens here on open. All right, we currently have a bullish trend here as well. That's opening price. So we might have opportunity here for both PRB and the BV3 entry. So we got a nice wick rejection off the structure right here on the first opening candle. This is going to be the first step for the PRB. I guess I'll take it then. So there's no entry yet, but it's setting up. Yeah, next, I guess we'll be taking it. Yeah, I guess so. We'll see. Well, we'll see how these candles close. I mean, the candles are still moving pretty crazy, but there's no guarantee these candles are going to close the way that we need. Okay, so the low here got invalidated, guys. There's no longer a V1 pattern there anymore. So there's no breakout V3 entry that is available yet. There's a sell signal that's already active, so there's not going to be a sell entry here for the breakout version 3. The candles are moving a bit crazy though right now. It is moving very volatile. It's spiking back and forth, which is not what we want. We don't want spikes. We want continuations, right? We want price to continue moving in one direction, not back and forth like how it's moving right now. So even if we get a buy signal here, there's no V1 pattern, so there's not going to be a breakout V3 entry. However, there may still be a PRB entry here. So we got the rejection right here. We have the space. We needed a retracement back down and rejection in order for us to get the PRB entry. We don't have one here yet, but it's going to start setting up for one right here soon. We don't have any V1 pattern, so there's no breakout version 3. Maddie caught the liquidity there. So liquidity pushed up. If anybody caught liquidity right there, went straight to full TP, it looks like. Yeah, went straight to full TP right there. If anybody caught liquidity, Maddie just identified it and he caught it as well. But there's no PRB entry here just yet. So no PRB entry, no BV3. Just gotta wait. The candles are moving a little blocky, as you guys can see. If this here closes with a nice green candle, this is going to be the PRB entry. If anybody's looking to take it, it's got to be a nice green candle or it has to be a nice rejection. There's no breakout version 3, but this here could be a PRB entry. So I'm looking for this to close as a green candle. If it closes green, this is going to be the PRB. I'll be taking it. It's hoping to close super big. This will be the PRB entry if it closes green in the next couple of seconds. All right. In the position right here, PRB, currently running. I don't know, my Twitter bait didn't make the noise. For some reason, it's not loading. It's loading now. All right, so there goes a PRB entry, guys, currently running right now. Um, as I said, I'm taking pretty much all of the breakout entries, PRB and breakout V3. There's no breakout V3 entry yet, but this is the PRB entry that is currently running right now. I'm gonna have to follow because my entry wasn't perfect. So if it closes on TradingView, I'll have to close out manually on my NinjaTrader. But I'm in the position. My volume was working. It's just my trade of it wasn't working at the time when I made the entry, so it didn't make the noise. It was loading up, but it was loading up super slowly. All right, so I just gotta let it breathe. So I gotta let it breathe here, and then I'll be looking for a possible breakout V3 entry after, if and when it does come up. In order for us to get that, we need to have a V1 pattern, and then we need to follow momentum in that direction. But right here is a PRB entry. It's currently running right now. It's a very blocky movement with regard to market right now. But like I said, I just let the trades run. Take the trade, let it run to a full TP or stop loss. Doesn't really matter whichever direction it goes, because I'm only taking a half contract size, so it doesn't really hurt or affect very much until we have that second trade. We need to have both trades in order to determine whether the day is a winning day or a losing day. We have two opportunities every day. We have the PRB, and then we have the breakout V3. So if both win, then it's a winning day. If both lose, it's a losing day. If one win and one lose, then it's a break-even day. So this is our first entry for the day. But again, like I said, half contract size. So we don't really know what's going to happen for the day until both of the entries come up. This is just the first one. Not going to pull it early, just going to let it play through. It either goes up or it goes down. Right here, you guys can see the candles are super blocky, but again, it's not going to affect me at all because I got to let the trade run. That's the only way to know if these strategies are going to work long term and if they work consistently throughout the session. So unfortunately, right there, the PRB did not hit. Again, I took a half contract size, 5 contracts, so I only lost I don't know, like 6 something. So there goes the first loss for the day, which is PRB. Now I have to look for the breakout V3. This here was a loss, but if the breakout V3 is a win, then it's going to balance out. So it's like 1 win, 1 loss, break even for the day. I don't know why my volume isn't working though. It's kind of unusual that it's not making any noise. Yeah, so for that trade right there, I just lost 660, which is not bad. 660 for the day on that trade. Now I need to look up the breakout V3 and we'll start looking for the next opportunity here to hopefully come back to break even, or I mean, that's the only thing that can happen. It's either going to be break even or it's going to be a losing day. Every day I plan to win or lose 1,250. So that's kind of what I'm working with there. It's going to be either I make 1,250, I lose 1,250, or I break even. That's pretty much what we're looking at. I'm not going to pull out early, just full TP, full stop loss. And that's just kind of how the strategy works. So as you guys can see, we just kind of got spiked out right here, which is fine. This typically happens at the PRB. We've noticed this in the past. This is generally what happens. And today we do know that it's a heavy news day. So this is kind of expected to see some manipulation like this, but it's all good. It's all part of the game. You got to take the losses, take the wins, and then at the end of the week, end of the month, they should balance out for the most part. There's a pending buy signal right here, but the problem with this is that there's no V1 pattern. So even if this here does close with a breakout V3 pattern, there's not going to be an entry because we need that V1 pattern before it to provide the confluence that we're looking for. So we got news coming up right here at 6:45, which is fine. Again, I'm going to take this trade even if there's news, because like I said, I'm going to take every single entry that comes up. I just got to take every entry because that's the only way that I can really follow this and determine the win rate pretty much every day. Yeah, Tony, 1,250 per account. That's like less than 1% for 150K account. So I'm only risking like less than 1%. or about 1%. No. Yeah, I guess about 1% or no less. Because so the way that I calculated my drawdown is I can lose 4 back-to-back days. So that means I have to lose 8 back-to-back trades in order to blow my account on Apex, which is pretty much never going to happen. That's why I'm taking a lower lot size. I'm just taking it easy. In order for me to pass an account with with um with Apex on 150K, I would need 7 net wins. So we need 7 days where they're net wins. In order for me to blow the count, I need basically 8 back-to-back losses. So you guys can see the numbers. Like once you run the numbers for like applying these one-to-one strategies, it makes sense because we never have 8 back-to-back losses. And then also, we do have 7 not back-to-back wins, but we do have 7 net wins within a month period. So if you were to take every single breakout for a month straight, odds of you passing are very likely, or getting to whatever goal that you need. The goal is 9,000, right? That's to pass a Apex account on 150K. So if you trade for a month or 2 months and all you take is the breakout from the day that we pulled, it should pass. You're going to have some break-even days. You're going to have some winning days. You're going to have some losing days. But from the data that we pulled from January 29th up until last week, February 16th, they've had no losses. It's either a break-even day or it's a profitable day. And it was a total of, I think, 6 or 7 wins within half a month, basically from February 1st until February 16th. So, you do the math. You just got to take it easy. Well, not take it easy, but you have to take it steady. So there's like not any, there's no changes that you have to make. You just got to take the entries. Take the entries, let the traders run. Don't pull early. And eventually it'll balance out. So Monday was a win. Tuesday, I think, was a loss. Yesterday was a win for both trades. And then today we have 1 loss. This next trade for the breakout V3 is going to determine whether today's a losing day or whether it's a break-even day. So it acts as a safety net for the most part. HP is asking, do you take into consideration trailing threshold? Well, yeah, that's the whole reason of doing the calculation, HP. That's what I mean. You need 8 back-to-back losses. Because your trailing drawdown is 5,000, right? If I'm risking 650 or 1250 per day, like you just do the math, HP, it's super simple. So 5,000, or here, let's see. So 1250 divided by 2, right? Each trade, I'm destined to make or lose 625, right? Your trailing drawdown is 5,000. You divide that by 625. It's just basic math. I need 8 losses, like literally 8 losses. I need to lose 8 trades back to back to back to back to back in order for me to blow my account, to hit the trailing drawdown. That's why it's impossible to blow my account, because we never have 8 losses back to back to back, right? We barely had 2 losses back to back. So when you do the math, so like I mentioned, one day will be a win day, one day will be a losing day. It's going to balance out, because once you have that winning day, your trailing drawdown goes back to 5,000 because it climbs it back up, right? And that's how you would, you'd be able to withstand. That's why I'm taking a small contract size. Because if you take a big contract size, then yeah, you're going to be screwed, because you're going to, you might hit your trailing drawdown. That was a problem with me on my previous account. So like the previous account where I made the mistake was I was taking 12 contracts and we were only taking 1 entry. So there was no safety net there. Now I'm taking the breakout V3 and I'm taking the PRB and I'm taking half a lot size. So whenever I lose a trade, if I win it back, the trailing drawdown follows. So it's back to 5,000. If I have a losing day and then I have a winning day the next day, it follows it back and it's back to 5,000. Does that make sense, HP? Because I know a lot of people are confused with a trailing drawdown, but it's not really difficult as long as you do the math. You have to you have to understand how the math works for the trailing drawdown, and that's how you can understand that, okay, it's going to be okay. Because I feel like a lot of people just want to YOLO trades, or they take some really big RRs, and when they take big RRs, that's where the trailing drawdown kind of screws them. And that's what kind of screwed me too, because I was pulling early out of my positions, and so for when I was pulling out of my positions early, So I wouldn't be able to recoup the loss and pretty much cover my drawdown. And then also I was only taking one trade, so there's no safety net in between. So back then I could only lose 4 trades back to back. Now I could lose 8 trades back to back, which is like a huge, huge difference, especially when the strategies have a high win rate and they're 1-to-1. So yeah, it's just we get the trailing drawdown question like almost every day, and it's just people don't understand it. It's not that difficult, but people just don't understand it. All right, so we have the news right here, guys. This is the news candle. We have a pending buy signal right here. Let's pull up the news real quick and see. This is going to be tricky because if this closes with a green buy signal and it follows with a green candle, this is going to be the breakout V3. And even though I didn't want to take it, I'm probably going to have to take it because that's the only way that I can. And there goes a PRB. PRB would have hit, but it's all good. Fortunately, we just got caught in the entry there. So there goes PRB. Again, like I said, it's a heavy news day. So we were expecting a lot of this manipulative movement to happen, but it's all good. You just got to eat the loss and move on to the next one. So I'm moving on to the next one here, looking for the breakout V3. The news here is actually negative. Slightly negative, not very negative, but slightly negative for both the composite and for the services PMI. It's inflation news if you guys are not familiar with it. Both negative right there. All right. So let's see. HP said, I was wondering, since it includes unrealized profit, like when the trade goes up in profit and goes down and hits stop loss, we lose some profit of the drawdown and profit. Yeah, no, exactly. That's why I was saying I have to let the trades run to full TP HP, because if you pull early, then yeah, you're not going to get the full amount, right? So that's why I'm not touching it at all. When I enter the trade, I just got to let the trade breathe and I got to let it play through. Whether it hits TP or stop loss, I just got to let it play through, because if like you said right there, if it goes up and then it comes back down and then you pull early, then your drawdown is screwed because you've already cut off like portions of the profit and you didn't accept the full loss of the full profit on it. So that's what screwed me up on the last time. So the last time I was pulling my trades a little too early because I would get scared or I just wasn't comfortable with the market. Now I just have to let the trades breathe, because and I think that's what messes with a lot of people too. A lot of people don't realize that so here's the thing, if you guys go into profit and then you exit down here, your drawdown still moves up with you. Like your drawdown still follows your trade. And that's why if you enter a next trade and you lose it, or you go up and then you go down, you blow your account, right? Even though you thought your drawdown was down here, your drawdown is really up here. So for me personally, if I'm going to hit my stop loss, I'm going to hit my stop loss. I'm not going to let the trade kind of go back and forth. It's either going to hit my TP or it's going to hit my stop loss, because either way, my trailing drawdown is following it. All right, so we got price pushing up right here. Maddie said this might set up for a triple confluence. Yeah, there's a triple confluence right there, guys. If anybody was looking for that, this is going to be the breakout V3 if it closes with a green candle. So if this candle closes green, we're going to have a breakout V3 here. We have a V1 pattern right there, buy signal. If this here closes green, this is going to be the breakout V3. So I will be taking this here if it closes. Again, like I said, in order for me to have one full loss, I have to have back-to-back losses, but let's hope that this here breaks even. So, all right, I will be following this here. I'm hoping the candle doesn't close too big though. I don't want it to close too big. But this is what I'll be looking for here. So I'm just looking for the green candle. Looking for the green candle to close. We have the buy signal there, V1 pattern. It's right here. All right, so I'm in the position right here, guys. I still don't understand why my trader bait isn't making noise. I don't know. So I had to take the position, guys. I'm taking all the positions, whether they're good or not, based off news or not, or whatever it may be. I'm just taking every position because that's the only way that we can get proper data from these entries here. So Took the entry right there. Let me see if I can get this, get an alert set up right here too, so I can know when it hits or when it goes. So this is BB3. All right, so I'm just gonna follow it and see where this goes here. Let's see, Kenny said price action is showing strong rejection to the upside, especially at open with the long top away. Yeah, no, I agree. I saw that too. Tony said it's awesome to hear that you still make mistakes, keeping it 100, appreciate for real. Yeah, no, definitely, guys. You know, it doesn't matter how long you guys have been trading. Mistakes will be made. So you just got to be real with yourself. I feel like with a lot of people, they know, like nobody wants to be wrong, right? So the thing is, trading is never going to go, it's not always going to go your way. It's never going to be 100%. So you have to understand that like things will happen, you'll make mistakes, market will be manipulated, etc. But you just got to be okay with it. You got to understand that that's just how the market works. All right, so price is pushing up right here. OTP, break even day, let's go. So guys, there you go. So like I showed you guys, my day is either going to be a break even day or it's going to be a winning day or a losing day. So even though I just broke even today, it is what it is, right? I let the trade run, didn't get scared, and today's break even day. So you guys just got to understand that this is how the market works, right? Maybe some of you guys got bummed out because the PRB lost, but it should have won. But the breakout B3 here won. So I'm at break even for the day. Exactly. Yeah. Nick said slippage made it to where I lost 120, but still basically break even. Yeah, you're like right now, I'm still down 51 because I had to pay commissions, right? I had to pay commissions on both sides. So guys, this is what I'm telling you, like long-term wise, if you guys can do this and just take two trades, you know, the breakout V3 and the PRB, you'll be good. Like you'll be solid because most days you're going to end up at break even. You're going to get screwed out on like one trade and then the next trade's going to hit and you're just going to break even, right? So I'm happy with that. I'd rather have a break even than a losing day, right? Before when we were taking the PRB entry, this is where it was tough because you would take one entry, there's no net, right? There's no net safety net to pull you back into profit or break even. It's like you either lose or you win. It's all or nothing. With this here, you'll win one, lose one, or win both, or lose both. Either way, you're still going to risk the same amount. So I'm only losing, where I'm only making or losing like about 1%. So as long as I keep doing this every single day for like the next month or 2 months, it's inevitable that I'm going to be in profit because the strategy has such a high win rate, right? You guys saw the spreadsheet for this. You guys saw the spreadsheet for this here. It's a 71% win rate. If you can stay above 50% for a one-to-one, you're going to be in profit. You're going to be in some good profit for like by the end of the year. So yeah, it's all good. PRB flopped today, unfortunately, because it got spiked down and then it came right back up. But the BB3 recouped my losses and it pretty much just brought me back to break even. So let me go over here and take a screenshot of the trades that you guys can see here. All right, so go to the Discord and I'll take a screenshot of all my accounts too. I just want to be 100% transparent with you guys. No BS here. I'm like literally straight up with you guys with everything that we do, wins, losses. It is what it is. You just got to take every day and you just got to bounce with it. I feel like a lot of people get too caught up on these losses that they're never able to really bounce back from it. But if you guys just stick to the game plan, it'll all work out long term. You gotta think of the long term plan here. Like I'm not trying to be rich. Well, I mean, I'm already making a lot of profit from trading, but for a normal person, you shouldn't be expecting to be rich. You shouldn't be expecting to make payouts like within a month, right? I feel like everybody asks me questions like, hey, like what's up with the this is a question I get a lot. A lot of people complain about the limited payouts for the first 3 months. But those same people that are complaining are the people who will never get funded and will never get a payout, right? Focus on getting funded and focus on getting paid out first before you complain about the limits of getting paid out. Because the thing is, the limit on getting paid out is 2,750, right? Like let's see. I think, yeah, so Drew over here got his max payout, 2,750 on 3 accounts, right? He's not complaining. He's cool with his max payout for his first month or first couple of weeks. But eventually he's going to keep doing this over and over and over again, where he's gonna have a cushion, so he has no longer a trailing drawdown. So I think that's what you guys got to like take it step by step, guys. Don't expect to like make huge payouts within a week or within a month, right? Slowly build your account, build a cushion, build a foundation, and then worry about the payouts later. But you guys can see here, we have a lot of members here who are getting paid out, right? Drew got paid out on Apex. This is another question. People are asking me if I think ATF or Apex is legit. If it wasn't legit, I wouldn't be using them. So payout right there. Payout right there from Kenny. You got payouts right here. Oh, I didn't post the other one. So we had a payout from another member here. He actually showed us his bank account, like the bank wire. He got paid out, but obviously I didn't show it to you guys because I don't want to share his bank information. But yeah, anyways, back to the regular chart. So back to our normal charts here. Let's see where the market's currently at. So we have another news event right here. If you guys want to take the other scalps, and I'll look for them up here. But for myself, I'm done trading for the day. I'm only taking both of the breakouts, PRB and the breakout V3. Right here, we'll look for the normal scalps. So if anybody's looking to continue trading and take the normal scalps, I will identify them for you, but I'm not going to be taking them on my account. As I mentioned, for my accounts, I'm only taking the breakouts because I want to show you guys that if you only take the breakouts, you can be profitable long term. It's going to take longer for me to get payouts and all that stuff, but it's okay. You know, this is all an experiment here. Because if this is the case and it's consistent, then I'm just going to keep doing this all year round because it's less stress. I trade between 6:30 and 7, 30 minutes. We've pretty much consolidated my trading from like all day to 6:30 to 8 to now 6:30 to 7, which is perfect because like you get your trading done within 30 minutes and then you can kind of go back to your work or do whatever you need to do after. So. All right, other than that, let me take a screenshot of my accounts. I'm going to close my NinjaTrader. I'm not sure why my NinjaTrader is not making any noise or volume. It should be. I don't understand why it's not, but. Okay, so this is even better. I'm going to show you guys my weekly P&L because I'm still in profit for the week. I have a loss for the day, but I'm heavy in profit for the week so far. So I'm not tripping at all because we had a win from yesterday. So I'm not. Now I'm like, okay. Now I'm all right because now I'm looking at my profits for the day and for the week. I'm glad that I added the weekly there. So whoever told me about that, thank you guys for letting me know because now I'm not all bummed out. Well, I wasn't even bummed out, but now I'm actually feeling better because I'm still in profit for the week from yesterday. And my losses were super minimal. All right, so here are my accounts. All right, so let's see. I lost 20 bucks. And that's basically it. So I lost 20 bucks plus commission. So I lost about like 50 bucks. Basically was at break even. So for the week so far, or for the day so far, I'm down, let's see, 20 times 20, down 400 bucks. That's nothing. So negative 400 Apex for the day. And where am I right now for the week? So 12, 27, 50 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 11,000, let me do this math quick. 79150 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that plus 11,04750 plus 72650. Okay, so I'm still up 19,000 for the week. I'm chilling. 19,000. Yeah, so good thing we took that W yesterday because that because that pretty much just kept us up. So I'm down for the day, of course, down 400, and then I'm up 19,000 for the week. So you see my weekly P&L right here because we won yesterday. Today was break even. I'm cool. Yeah, I'm like whatever now. I'm gonna turn off my Ninja Trader because I know losing sucks, guys, especially for me because I'm not used to losing. When we do these normal scalps, I don't really lose very often. We have like a 90% win rate, like almost every month. Now that I'm doing a one-to-one, it's going to be different because I have to kind of balance it out. So my win rate's not going to be super high, but my profit's going to be higher. Um, I did the math here. This is the reason why I'm switching to one-to-ones because so this is our profit from January, 140 points. And then looking over here at the BB3, it's like double profit. I'm eating more losses, but the profit's like double. So that's why I'm saying like it makes sense for me to bite the bullet here and just take some L's because long term it's going to pay off because I'm not going to have as many losses, or if I do have losses, it's going to be bigger wins. Um, all right, so we got news again right here at 7 o'clock. Let me check the news real quick. News right here at 7 o'clock was existing home sales and existing home sales month over month. It was positive, so we'll see how market reacts to that. There's no entries here right now. There's no V1 patterns. I mean, there's a V1 pattern right here, but it's not really useful at the moment because the breakout V3 already came up. So there's no entries here available at the moment. Price came up, it hit the next level of liquidity up here. So if anybody caught the next liquidity up here, full TP. Nice work to whoever caught that. All right, so back to our normal charts here. Let's see. Edward said, huge props for managing your emotions by closing your Ninja Trader. Yeah, exactly. I gotta stick to the game plan, guys. My game plan is only breakouts. So once I take my breakouts, I gotta close my Ninja Trader. I can't FOMO, I can't revenge trade, I can't none of that stuff, right? No FOMO, no revenge trade, no over trading. Because I already have a game plan. I'm like, okay, 2 entries for the day. Once they're done, close my Ninja Trader, win or loss, it's fine. Win, loss, break even. It's fine because tomorrow's another day, right? We're gonna come back tomorrow. I'm gonna take the breakouts. Hopefully they both win. And then I'm gonna be in an even deeper profit tomorrow. So you just gotta understand to control your trade psychology. All right, and sticking to the game plan. I think that's the biggest problem with a lot of people. A lot of people don't know how to stick to the game plan. All right, so we have a V1 pattern right here. If you guys are looking for entry, there might be a breakout V3 continuation. So we have a bullish trend here. Trend meter is green. V1 pattern right here, pending buy signal. If this buy signal closes, it's going to set up for a possible breakout V3 continuation. If you guys want to take it, feel free. I'll mark it up for you guys. But again, I'm not taking any trades except for the breakouts. I mean, price might be at the all-time high as well, so you guys want to be careful with that. Here, let me go back real quick. Let's go to the clean chart here. Is that at the all-time high already? Looks like it, yeah. So we are at the all-time high. You guys want to be careful with any entries here. See, this is the thing that I didn't like about trading the scalps either. It's like whenever there's so many red flags, right? And a lot of you guys can agree with this. There's like way too many red flags, but for a good reason. And that's the thing that would frustrate me because we'd be on these live sessions for like freaking 2 hours and there's no entry because there's a red flag somewhere. So that's another reason why I prefer taking the breakouts because I'm in and I'm out quick within like 30 minutes. I don't have to sit on the charts for like 2 hours and then hope for, a scalp to come up, or I don't have to like be frustrated that I waited 2 hours and there's no entry and then I start to FOMO. And you guys know the feeling, right? You guys know like waiting for a trade for so long, not getting it, and then just taking some random trade when you think price is going to go in a direction and then you lose a trade. That's the worst feeling when you guys do that because you could have just not traded. All right, so yeah, price is currently at the all-time high. You want to be careful with this. I'm going to go over here and mark up structure on the clean chart. So we got structure right here. Price might just go sideways from here. We'll we have a higher high right here and a lower low right here. You guys can see from the high low indicator. So this might be the range right here for a bit. Thanks, Rev. Yeah, Brock said, love to have risk on too high probability entries. Yeah, definitely. Works out a lot. Yeah, Edward said having too many confluences can cause more harm than good. Yeah, and I agree with you, Edward. There's a lot of entries that'll come up, but there's too many red flags. So like we don't take the entry and then it ends up hitting and then you get FOMO and you want to take more trades, right? So yeah, like I mentioned, guys, you guys just have to set up a trading plan, right? You either want to take the scalps, you want to take the breakouts, you either take both, you follow the red flags, you don't follow the red flags. You just got to have a plan in place. But if you have a plan in place, you just have to continue to repeat that process over and over and over again. Because if you don't, then that's where you get screwed, right? So just remember, stick to the game plan, whatever game plan you might be following. And pretty much just let it be. Because if you don't stick to the game plan, you're not going to have consistency. And I think that's the biggest problem with a lot of people too. Not everyone is following through like they should. Let's see what else. Oh, everything's fine. Sorry, guys, I'm just looking at my data here. I think see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I'm tripping. Okay. I was looking at my accounts here. I thought my accounts were different, but they're the same. I'm just not looking at because the red is like throwing me off for the day. Looking at my Discord. I thought right here that these accounts were different from these, but they just look different because they're red. I was like, why the profits here are different with these? And I looked up here and they're the same thing. I'm just seeing things because of the the red color here. Anyways, let's go over here to the team profits. So we have Kenneth over here with a total profit of 808 for the day. Nice for Kenneth. We have David here, total profit of 84.50. Great work, David. Here is Vimal, total profit of 103 for the day. Nice work, Vimal. We have Shannon, total profit of 260 for the day. Great work, Shannon. We have Natasha, total profit of 1,843. So she didn't take the PRB, but she did take the BV3 and liquidity. We have Maddie over here, total profit of, let's see, 3, 6, 9, well over 2,000 for the day across all of his apexes. Nice work, Maddie. We have Jonathan over here. He used a wrong lot size, unfortunately, but it's okay. He's only down like $100. Not a big deal. We got Kaner over here. He had a break-even day just like me. Total profit for the week, he's up 3,000 still. So nice work, Kaner. So you guys can see Kaner's like doing the same thing I'm doing. He took the same trades I took. He's down for the day, break even, but for the week he's up 3,000. So solid. Nick over here locked in 315 for the day. Nice work, Nick. Or 35 actually. He broke even. We have Nick over here, the other Nick. Total profit of 2,000 for the day. Nice work, Nick, on his Apex. And a total profit of 750 on his FTMO. Great work, Nick. Nick to Nick, back to back. We got Henry over here, total profit of 240 per account. He has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So 1,200 for the day. Nice work, Henry. We have Andreas, total profit of 650 for the day. Nice work, Andreas. And that's about it. All right, guys, so solid profit so far. There's no other entries that are available yet, so we're going to continue looking. But again, if you guys have questions, feel free to pop into the chat. Let me scroll over real quick and see what questions we have here. Let me scroll up. So Camo's asking, so it's not smart to move your stop loss to break even with Apex. I mean, it depends on your trade, Camo. You have to understand the trailing drawdown. If you're taking a big RR, then yeah, it doesn't make any sense because because you're going to blow your account. So let me show you real quick. Man, we get this question every day, but it's okay. We have no trades right now, so I can just explain trailing drawdown real quick. So Camel, here's the thing. I know how you trade, but you trade with some big TP stop losses, which is not recommended. If you are going to trade big TP stop losses, you got to use a smaller contract size. This is the thing that I don't understand. I tell people to use a certain contract size when our TP stop loss is this small, right? But for whatever reason, people think it's okay to use the same contract size for a huge, and this isn't you, Cam, I'm just saying it in general. People still, they use a huge TP stop loss, but they want to use the same contract size, which makes zero sense because, so here's the thing, Cam, let me just do this real quick. Just say, for example, this is your entry. Say your entry is like this right here. And like you said, if you move your stop loss and profit. So say, for example, price goes up, right? Say example, price goes up and you're using a pretty hefty contract size. Say price goes up like this, right? What happens is your trailing drawdown follows price. So your drawdown is right here, and as it moves up, your drawdown goes higher and higher and higher. So this is why it's dumb to move your stop loss to break even. This is like the dumbest thing to do, because if this happens and you move your stop loss in profit and your trailing drawdown is like right here, it doesn't matter if you're in profit. If it comes back down, you're going to hit your trailing drawdown, right? It's a very easy concept, guys. A lot of people don't get it, but it's super, super simple. This is why we use smaller TP stop losses, because it doesn't really affect us, right? When we move up, so the trailing drawdown will follow. Like it goes up and then it'll follow wherever it's at. If you're using a big TP stop loss and big contract size, that's where it's going to really affect you, because you can still lose your account even if you're in profit. And that's kind of the point that I'm trying to get across to you guys. You can move your stop loss and profit to break even, but if you're using a big TP stop loss and you have a big contract size, then it makes zero sense. At that point, you should use an actual trailing drawdown, or let me see, a trailing stop loss. If that's the case, use the actual trailing stop loss and just trail your trade until it pulls back, because then your trailing drawdown is still going to be here and it's not going to make a difference. So just keep that in mind, guys. Let me scroll down real quick. So let's see. Kenny said really hard to trade when you're on vacation. I know, right? I have to like schedule, or I have to set it where I trade in a specific time period so I don't have to go and get distracted while on vacation. I actually trade better on vacation, except for Arizona. When I was in Arizona, it was not a good weekend because we took the losses on the PRV entries. So let me scroll down further and see if there's any other questions. Sam said it wasn't the BV3 300 to 300. Yeah. So initially it was 300 to 300, but in order for it to be taken with the PRB, we have to do 25-25, Sam, because it's not going to be even. They got to be pretty much the same. So for all breakouts, I'm just doing 25-25 right now. Initially, when we first started applying the breakout V3, that was because volatility was high. We were able to take a 300 pip TP stop loss. So, maybe in the future it might change back to 300, but at the moment it is at 25-25, Sam, as we start to assimilate with the market conditions. Let's see if I move this to 30-30 if it would have made a difference. Nah, still would have lost. So yeah, we're gonna keep it at 25-25 for the sake of Apex, because with Apex, the tighter the TP stop loss, the better. I like realistically, I think that's probably the better case. The tighter the TP stop loss, the less likely you're going to hit your trailing drawdown, because if your TP stop loss is bigger, it's just going to put you in bigger risk. So if you're going to use a big TP stop loss, I recommend trailing your stop manually and just closing out in profit whenever you can, because you don't want to leave too much space. Like, you don't want to leave too much money on the table per se. That's typically how people blow their accounts. They leave too much money on the table, and then price ends up turning around on them and they blow the account. So, all right, let me scroll down real quick, see any other questions here. Camo said he does 30 to 100. I mean, you can still do 30 to 100, but you got to take a really, really small contract size. You got to understand the risk. So you shouldn't be risking more than 1% per trade. And if you do that, you should be okay. Like for me, I'm risking here. Let's see. Let's just do the math real quick. I think I said I was risking like okay, 1250 divided by 2, 625, right? So 150,000 divided by 625. Oh shit, my bad. Wrong way. 625 divided by 150K. So I'm risking like less than half a percentage point. I'm risking 0.0041% per breakout that I take. Your max drawdown is 3% risk. So I'm risking like less than half a percentage point for each of my breakouts. So you can still take it, Camel. You can do whatever you want, but you got to take a really, you have to understand that you need to take less than half of a percentage per trade to be able to like not hit your trailing drawdown. I mean, it's a simple formula. You just guys have to understand how to take your risk properly, and you just do the math based on like what your TP stop loss would be for your trade. It doesn't make a difference. Like a lot of people are complaining that like um Apex is more difficult. It's really not more difficult. It's actually easier. You just have to understand how to do the math. And I suck at math. So if I can do this, anybody could. Like truthfully, I suck at math. That's why I use a calculator for everything. I don't even know basic multiplication for like certain numbers. So being straight up, guys, Apex is not difficult. It's just you have to understand how to calculate. And the thing is, I don't even understand it completely, but I still do it properly. You got to do a lot of, like for me, it's a lot of trial and error. I was never taught how to do this math. I just kind of figured, okay, if I need to risk like less than 1%, then what's my contract size? What should my stop loss be? And it's the same thing with you guys. So yeah, personally, I think Apex is good. I get a lot of questions from people asking if I'm going to go to DX Trade or if I'm going to go to Trade Locker or any of these other companies. And why would I? There's no reason for me to go there, right? I have 20 150K accounts with Apex. So 150,000 times 20, that's 3 million in funded accounts when I'm funded on all of them, right? It literally makes no sense for me to go to any of these other companies um, when I'm doing everything pretty good with Apex. So I mean, it's up to you guys. If you guys want to use Apex, that's fine. I think Apex is perfect. Once you like understand how to use them and you guys understand the rules, I think Apex is probably one of the best companies out there available because they give the most funding. The rules aren't really that hard. It's just you have to actually do some. You can't be on this live session asking, "Hey, Sean, how do I do everything?" Right? You got to go and do some work yourself. You got to go and look at the FAQs. You got to go and do the math. You got to know how to use a calculator. You can't just come on this live session and say, "Hey, Sean, can you explain to me trailing drawdown every single day?" Because there's like 20 videos online to. This is why you're not getting trailing drawdown because you're not actually learning it. You're just listening to me, and you're not doing anything. So, my advice to a lot of you guys, if you guys want to get good at Apex, because there's a lot of people doing good with Apex here, um, go to the FAQ. Go to the Apex website right here. Click FAQ. And once this opens up right here, type trailing drawdown. It's that simple, guys. Super, super simple. Type trailing drawdown. There's a bunch of articles right here about trailing drawdown. And then also, if you still don't get it, there's this place called YouTube. And you type in Apex trailing drawdown. And there's a whole bunch of videos here explaining trailing drawdown. Because you guys have to understand it yourself. I can't just tell you how trailing drawdown works because I say the same thing every single day, but some people just don't get it, right? So keep that in mind, guys. You got to put in the work if you want the result. You can't just come to the live session and ask me questions, and then I answer your question, and then you come back tomorrow and ask me the same question, and you still don't get it because that's just that's the way of life, guys. You guys have to like do some work to actually understand how things work. Anyways, I went off on a tangent there, but there's no entries for us right now at the moment. As you guys can see, there's no trend here right now. So there's not really anything to take at the moment. We're just looking for any other opportunity to take the next entry here. So let me scroll up real quick and let me see any other questions. And guys, I'm not trying to make you feel bad about like not understanding trailing drawdown. I just want to make it clear that you got to look in the mirror and you got to realize that you're not putting in the effort to understand trailing drawdown because it's not that difficult. It really is not that difficult. Um, yeah, Ramal said, I don't think there will be a day without the trailing drawdown question. I mean, there'll be a day when I close down the YouTube and everything, which is probably going to happen soon. Guys, so starting next week, we're not doing YouTube live streams anymore. We're going to do them once a week. So we're going to slowly taper off the YouTube live streams. I just want to give you guys a heads up now before you guys kind of freak out and wonder where am I. I'm still live every single day. I might be doing the same thing every single day, but we're going to taper off the YouTube live streams starting next week. Next week, I'll still go live on YouTube once a day on Wednesday. So be prepared to come on Wednesday. The reason why I'm doing this is because you guys can see the power of the breakout V3 and the PRV, right? I don't want everybody in the world using this strategy. I don't even want people to understand what I'm doing because I want to stay under the radar, just like you guys do, right? If you look at a lot of these like really well-known, like if you guys read the book Trading in the Zone or Trading Wizards, you read those books about these traders who make millions and millions and millions in the market from actual trading. They try to stay low key. They don't want to be on YouTube. They don't want people to understand what they're doing because what they're doing works, and they just want to keep repeating the process. So that's the same situation with us here, guys. We have a really good strategy here that we like to apply. And it works very consistently. I've done the data and it works very well. So in order for me to be very, very profitable from just trading without having to sell you anything, right? I have to get off the internet. I can't be like in the public where people can see what we're doing and then they start copying what we're doing here, all right? Because that's eventually what's going to happen. So just a heads up, guys. Next week, YouTube is coming down. It's going to be live every Wednesday. The live streams will be available to the members here, but it's not going to be available to the public because there's just no reason for me to share this with the world, right? I want us to profit here. Whoever's in this group here, whoever's in the Zoom, will keep profiting no matter what. I'm going to keep trading every single day. It's going to be like nothing's changed. It's just the people who are on the YouTube who are not going to have access to this. So if you guys want access to the Zoom, get on the Zoom because we're limiting the people who sign up to the Zoom. Again, I don't want like more than 1,000 people. Like I don't want more than 100 people applying the strategy with us. We'll keep applying these strategies for us here for as long as we can. And then once there's too many people in the Zoom, like once we go over the 100 mark, the price for the Zoom is going to go up to new members because we don't want too many people in our Zoom, right? We only want I want to cap it at like about 100 or 200 people. Anything above that's going to be too much because it's just not going to be as effective as it's been. So just keep that in mind, guys. I'm not doing this to hurt you guys. I'm doing this to protect our community here. So if you guys want to be part of the group, I mean, a lot of you guys have been following me on YouTube for a while anyways. And what's 75 bucks like to get on the Zoom? You see how much profit everybody makes here. It takes one breakout entry to cover your costs to be a part of the Zoom. But eventually the Zoom's going to be just closed off completely. So here we got Matt over here, total profit of 1,225. We have Reese over here, total profit of 1,515. Nice work, Reese. On his way to getting his funded account back. We have Rashida, total profit of 910. Great work, Rashida. Nice getting that break even for the day. We have Casey over here, total profit of about 2,000. Nice work there, all wins. We have Eunice, total profit of 509. Great work, Eunice. And that is about it for the day, guys. There's nothing here right now. We're going to keep looking for entries, but there's just nothing for us to take at the moment. Let's see. Let me go down. There's still a couple more questions here. So Cam was asking, why do you use Rhythmic over Tradeovate? Asking because so I actually don't use Rhythmic. I use Tradeovate. I execute my trades. Well, I think we all use Tradeovate. And I execute my trades on NinjaTrader. So I've never used Rhythmic before. I mean, Rhythmic's fine. If you want to use it, it's fine. There's other people in the group who do use it, but personally, I don't. Let's see. HP is asking what's a good trailing stop. So typically For me personally, HP, I think the good trailing stop would probably be at the low. Well, that'd be like one way of doing it, depending on how your strategy is. So if you have a big TP stop loss, then you probably want to use the trailing stop indicator. That's what I created it for. You can just trail it with this here. I don't really use it very much because I don't take big trades like that. But let's go to the clean chart. Okay, so if you have the trailing stop indicator, you can just trail it. So you can see how it trails like this. You'll just trail your stop with your trades. If your trade's coming down, you just trail it with this here. So you're not too close and you're not too far. Same, for example, if you're taking a buy, right? Say, for example, you're taking a buy here and you just trail it with the green line. So if you have this indicator right here, and then if it pulls back, you'll get stopped out in profit right there. If you have this indicator, you can use this. It's based off the ATR. You can do it by hand, but the market's moving so quick that you probably want to use this indicator. Otherwise, if you don't want to use the trailing stop indicator, you can use a high-low indicator. Again, if you have the indicators, you can use this, and you would just trail it with the high-low. So for example, price is down here, climbs up, swings back down right here, stop shot in profit, and you're like way up here in profit, right? Same with this here, price is coming down. You can just trail it with the highs, and then you can swing up right there too. Otherwise, other than that, it's those are probably the two best ways to trail your stop. It's either using the trailing stop indicator. You can see if you line them up together, they're very similar, right? It's just this one's more laggy compared to the high lows. So if you have the indicators, I think this is your best way of doing it, just trailing the highs and lows as they come up. Or if you want to do it by hand, you can do it as well. It's just going to be a lot more difficult because this could be a high, this could be a high, this could be a high. There's a lot of different highs here that you could identify without using the indicator. So it's just up to you guys. Obviously I created these indicators for efficiency. So you're able to just make your moves without having to look up the highs, the lows, the trend, the momentum, etc. But it's just, again, it's up to preference. So there's still no entries here, guys. If you guys are still looking for entries, there's no trend. We're looking for this trend here to confirm before you can start looking for any opportunities for a sell here. Basically, you're looking for this level 3 or level 4 pivot to cross above all the other ones. Natasha said, I didn't understand it either. I had to rewatch those videos several times before I understood it. So it's not just watching the videos, guys, but it's also like practice. So like when you're watching the videos, go on your chart and then pull up your TP stop loss and then also try it out. Like set up examples for yourself. Like, okay, if this happens and it comes down, loss, etc. Right? Because you have to actually for one, it's like it's getting the information. For two, it's understanding the information, and two, it's execution, or it's like trial and error of the information that you just learned. It's like when you learn anything in life, right? When you're going to school, like when you're going to school, you're learning from your teacher who's teaching you. Then your teacher gives you, some problems to solve. You make mistakes, and then you get better, right? Because then you understand the mistakes, and then you do it again, and then you do it better that way. So I feel like a lot of people just need to understand that process, which not everybody gets. A lot of people just want to be hand-fed information and expect to understand it, but you have to actually, and not to say that that's what you guys are doing, but just in general, that's how people typically try to learn things. Like I'm sure a lot of you guys have watched videos, right? You guys have watched educational videos and not learned. Like when you guys first started trading, you watched a bunch of videos that like explained how to trade, but once the videos are done, you're still completely lost, right? The only reason you started to understand how to trade was because you got on the charts and you started playing around with things. You're like, oh, I learned this from this video, or I learned this from Sean, and I don't get it, but let me just put some things on the chart here. And I'm like, okay, now it makes sense, right? It's all through trial and error, guys. And I think that's why our course here at Kodi Kai makes more sense for a lot of people, because you guys have the videos to understand like the strategies and stuff, but then I actually do it live with you guys here every day so that you guys see how it's executed, and then you guys do it yourself, and that's how you guys get better every single day. So, but yeah, no, I agree with what Maria said. Imagining me not an English speaker. Yeah, I know it's hard for someone who doesn't speak English, but you're doing very well, Maria, for someone who doesn't speak English. Like you do pretty good. overall, and you've been part of the group for a while, so you know you're making a way bigger effort compared to others who have it easier. All right, so the trend here is starting to shift back up. It's 7:29 right now, getting closer to 7:30. There's still nothing here at the moment. We're getting close to news over here at 7:30, which is the natural gas stock change. It's just low impact news, so it's not really going to affect the market very much. But as you guys can see, there's no entries that have come up so far. You know, this goes back to what I was saying earlier, guys. This is what made me frustrated about sitting on these live sessions for like 2 hours and then never having an entry. I already had 2 breakouts for the day, so I'm pretty much good with my break-even day for the most part. And if I wanted to end the day here, I could end the day here, right? But I'll hang out with you guys here and see if there's anything else. But if there's any questions, guys, again, I'm here to help you guys out. So if there's any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat, and then I can answer whatever you guys need help with. Let me take a look over here and see what else we've got. Yeah, William said that's why it's hard to believe that all these gurus make money trading than selling their courses. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you too. I mean, I do sell a course too, but I try to be as transparent as possible to show you guys that like it's possible to make money trading, that I actually make money trading. Um, but no, I agree with you, William, 100%. You know, there's a lot of people out there who like I think the most questionable traders out there are the ones who are making like obscenely amount of money. Or here's the thing. I think the only main way to really vet somebody if they're like really good at trading is if they trade live like how we do here on these sessions. So whenever you guys go to somebody's YouTube channel, I'm not going to look up somebody's YouTube channel because I'm not going to be an asshole like that. But you know, when somebody claims that they live trade, make sure that they have a live button right here, right? And make sure all their videos from live trading are under this live button. Because the thing that I hate the most is when somebody says they live trade, but they record privately and then they just post up the videos that do well, right? And you guys see that all the time. I see a lot of people who say they're live trading, quote unquote live trading, but they're just recording a Zoom. And then if the day's good, then okay, they'll post it on YouTube. If the day sucks, they're not going to post it on YouTube, right? They're only going to post days that are good. For me here, I trade every day live. Like you click on this live tab, every day is live, you know, live trading, live mentoring, live trading, live mentoring. And this is the only way to really vet somebody if they're good or not, because there's a lot of scammers out there, guys. You guys know that. There's a lot of scammers out there. It's your job to do your due diligence and understand if they're legit or not. You know, a lot of people will say things like, oh, but they have a MyFX book. Bro, it's so easy to open a MyFX. I could pay like I get emails from brokers all the time. Like they're like, here, pay me a fee of like $10,000 and I'll have you a private server on MetaTrader where I can just put my trades together and then link this fake account to not even a fake account. It looks like a real account. I can link it to my FX book and it'll show that I have like 1,000% gains for like the year, right? It's so unrealistic. So just keep that in mind, guys. The only way to really vet somebody if they trade live is if you go on their YouTube channel and you click on the live button and they're trading actual live, like it's streaming. It's not where they can just edit it or just upload stuff that's good and hide the stuff that's bad. Because it's just crazy. It's a cold world out there, and you guys know that. Especially in the trading world, there's so many scammers out there, and yeah, you guys got to do the job to identify if someone's legit or not. Anyways, there's news right there again. Didn't really move too much, and it's starting to kind of go back and forth from here in this sideways area. Other than that, there's not really much here going on, as you guys can see. Price is kind of just going sideways. Let me see if there's any other questions here. Um, let's see. David said, "Yeah, learn from zero. Thanks to you, Sean. Thankful. Yeah, definitely, David. I'm glad that you're still around too. I remember when we first met. Like, I think it's been over a year now, and you've been doing pretty good. I mean, you're making pretty good profit for the account size that you're trading. So if you guys have seen David in the group, he's making about like couple $100 a day, but he's trading a really small account. So David's here day in, day out, right? He made 84 today. Yesterday he made like 100, I think. It doesn't matter how big your account size is. David yesterday made 200. Like he's making pretty good for a small, like for trading a small account. He's going to build his way up. It's just a matter of time until he gets to that point. Everybody's at different levels, but that's just kind of how it is. Let's see. We got CERN over here, more profits. Nice work, CERN. So CERN over here, I'm going to put his profits in the chat. We have Madhu here with a total profit of 1,925 for the day. Nice work, Madhu. And we have CERN over here with a total profit of 1,800 on his first account, 1,700 on his second, and 1,764 on his third account right here. Nice work, CERN. Solid profits right there. Nice. So here's Kenneth over here, made his payout. Great payout here from Kenneth, 1,500. So solid work right there, Kenneth. Here you go, Camo. Oh, still, it's for Kenny. Yeah, so like right here, guys, if you guys want to see everyone that's doing well, just go to the milestones. I try to give everyone their praise because this is a big deal, guys. If you guys are so the first big deal is getting funded. That's like number one, right? Getting funded is number one. That's a big deal already. The second bigger, like the next step is getting payout, right? That's like this, you're if you're getting a payout from a funding company or you're getting funded, you're probably already like 10% of the traders out there, right? And then once you start to get consistent payouts, like every single month, and you don't blow your account, that's what makes you like top 5%, top 5, top 1%. Because there's only a few people out there who can do that consistently for a long period of time. So I try to give everybody the praise that they deserve because it's a big accomplishment, guys. Getting to that point, especially if you're like trading for a while and you're finally starting to find your stride. Back to what I was saying earlier, guys, there's no entries here. We have a V1 pattern right here. This might set up for a breakout V3 continuation, which depends on how this closes. The trend here hasn't confirmed yet, so there's still no opportunity here at the moment. Let's see, HP is asking, so are quick scalps the best strategy for trailing threshold? For the most part, yes. I mean, if you're looking for the best way to trade on Apex, I mean that's the best way because you get in and out and you don't get into your trailing drawdown very much, right? So if you're doing quick scalps, you're in and out super quickly, price never pulls back into your drawdown. So yes, it's the best way to make profit on Apex, but it doesn't have to be quick scalps. Like for example, the breakouts aren't super quick scalps, right? They're 25 TP stop loss. So they're a little farther out. The only difference is that I use a smaller contract size. Like if I'm taking a quick scalp HP, I'm going to take a 10 or 12 contract size because it's going to spike up and hit my TP right away, right? That's the whole thought process behind it. If you're doing a bigger TP stop loss, it's completely fine, but you just have to lower your contract size, right? So let me just do the math over here again. So I'm taking a 5 contract. It's $5 per point tick. That's 25 times 25, which is going to be my my TP stop loss. I'm basically risking 625, right? If I'm doing a smaller scalp, then I'm going to do something like a 10 contract, 10 times 5 times 10. So I'm actually making less profit, but I'm getting in and out quicker on these quicker scalps. So you can see the risk is it's close. It's very close. It's like 625 to 500. So like it's only different by $100. But for the quicker scalps, I'm taking bigger risk because I'm just trying to get in and out very quickly. The win rate's super high for the quicker scalps. So you're going to be in and out within maybe a couple of seconds, and you're probably not going to go into drawdown at all. So it's about the same, but it's just you just change your contract size. I just doubled my contract size for the quicker scalps, but I made a little less profit, but it's about the same amount of risk. Yeah, Dijon said someone sucked the life out of the market. Yeah, market's pretty much dead right now. Guys, all right, so it's 7:40 right now. The market's pretty much dead, and there's not really much movement going on. As you guys can see over here, the ATR is currently at 15 right now. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Otherwise, I think we'll be wrapping this up soon. I'll get off this and I'll get back on for the mentoring session for you guys. So if you guys want to sit in on that, feel free to hop into it. I'll post a link up in the Discord. But we don't really have much to cover. There was no other entries that came up. The only entries that we're going to cover today are mainly going to be the PRV right here for the loss, the breakout V3 over here for the win. And there's no other scalps here that came up. So from 6:30 up until now, there's a breakout V3 continuation right here that came up. I didn't take this trade. Actually, this is the trade we took. This is the breakout V3 we took earlier. So we technically took it. This could also be considered a continuation as well. But other than that, there's no other entries here that have come up. So let's see. Patricia said, I think there's an issue with payment system with Apex. Yeah, what's going on with it, Patricia? I mean, I wouldn't know. I'm not there yet, but yeah, what's wrong with it? So we just let everybody know. HP's asking, is mentoring for everyone? I was trying to find the Zoom link yesterday. So the mentoring session is a private mentoring session for the mentoring group. We're in a 3-month mentorship right now for the actual mentoring. However, you can still sit in on it, HP. So it's open to everybody to sit in, but the only people who can ask questions and get help are going to be the people that are actually part of the mentoring group. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on with that there. Kevin said, okay, so yeah, Patricia said there's an issue with them processing credit cards. Kevin said he had the same issue earlier, but his just went through. If you guys follow their Discord, I think they posted that like over 1,000 people try to sign up for the 90% discount within like the past hour. So I think that's what kind of screwed up the credit card processing. But I think it's up and running now. But they did post up on their Discord that like over 1,000 people tried to sign up at one time. And man, Apex is making bank, guys. They're making bank off these discounts. Could you think about it? That's crazy. Let's see. So like we'll just estimate like 1,000 people signing up times $30. Yeah, 30,000 in like a minute. That's crazy. Hopefully, whoever gets an Apex here passes. I think if you guys just follow me with the breakout entries, guys, you should have no problem. Because you guys are going to be doing exactly what I'm doing. And, you know, there's just no... Like, I don't really see much of a downside for this. So as long as you guys stick to the game plan, you guys should be fine. Tony's asking, do you recommend TradeObait or NinjaTrader? They're the same thing, Tony. So NinjaTrader owns TradeObait. So, I mean, you can use either one. I only use NinjaTrader for the copier, which is Replicanto. And I'll post a link here too. I have a discount code for Replicanto. It's like 20% off. So it's pretty cheap compared to Social Trader Tools, which was like super expensive. I think I paid like almost $200 a month for that copier. Yeah, so if you guys want to use Flowbots, Replicanto, I post the link right there. I use NinjaTrader to execute my trades, but it's only if you're using a copier. So if you're not using a copier, Tony, then I would recommend using TradeObait. But if you are using a copier, I would recommend using NinjaTrader because you can only use it on there. TradeObait has their own copier, but it's not easy to use. I mean, I guess it's not easy to use for me, but it's easy to use for other people in the group. The only problem is that you can't set an automatic TP stop loss. There's no bracket orders. So you can use a copier on TradeObate too. The only thing is that you can't use the same copier that I'm using. The one I'm using is automatic. I enter a trade and then it's automatic TP stop loss. On TradeObate, you could enter the trade and then you have to manually put the TP stop loss, or you can just manually enter and exit. So that's the main difference. There's other people in the group who use the TradeObate copier and they make a lot of profit too. I think CT uses it, Matt uses it. There's a good amount of people who use it and they still make bank off TradeObate. So it's not necessary that you use NinjaTrader, but it's just a lot easier. The only problem is you would need a computer. If you're not using a PC, then yeah, go buy a laptop just like me. I had a whole separate laptop here just for NinjaTrader. Like literally, this is just for NinjaTrader. But I mean, it's cool. I don't mind it. Let's see. Jeff's asking, may I ask whether NinjaTrader Web can use copier? Yes, they use this thing called group trading, Jeff. So if you guys want to look at it, I mean, you can also YouTube that. So just go over here, TradeObate copier. Just do that, TradeObate copier. And then they'll explain here how to set up the group copier over here. There's a bunch of different things. Like, guys, like YouTube is probably the best resource for you guys because this is where I get my information too. I get it through YouTube and I get it from the FAQs. So if you want to look over here too, TradeObate copier. Yeah, exactly, Jeff. That's the reason why I don't like using them, is that they don't have automatic TP stop loss. But if you're taking the breakout, I think you should have enough time to set your TP stop loss. It's not that difficult because the trade doesn't hit right away. Usually it takes like a minute or two. So if you're just taking the breakouts, or you can just watch it too. You can just watch it, and when it hits TP, you just manually enter and then manually close. So I don't think it's super, super difficult. Yeah, exactly, Tony. Tony said Social Trader Tool was crazy expensive. Yeah, I paid like 200 or 300 a month to use Social Trader Tools. Man, they were making bank off me. I mean, I was making profit from the accounts, but with Replicanto, it's a one-time fee. So I think you pay $100 one time, and you can just use that copier for whatever it may be. Yeah, Jeff said he doesn't have a Windows laptop. I know I didn't have one either. I had to go to the little gaming computer store to go buy one. But it's all good. I mean, if you want to use TradeObate, it works too. I'm never going to use a Windows laptop though. The only reason I'm using a Windows is only for TradeObate. I would never use a Windows laptop for my everyday use. It's just trash compared to a Mac, right? It's not smooth. It's kind of slow. You get these random pop-ups every couple seconds. Definitely don't. I'm not a Windows person at all. Yeah, everything is so smooth on Apple. It's like right here, I'm just going from screen to screen and it's so smooth. It just works. On this Windows thing, it's even hard for me to execute trades sometimes because the trackpad sucks. But I mean, it's all good. Yeah, Dejan said you're not wrong. I'm returning my Windows laptop when I get out of class because it's such a hassle. Yeah, the battery life sucks. I mean, and the ecosystem sucks too. Like I can't copy something here. That's why I have to have Discord on my laptop because I can't copy it from here and then drag it over to my Mac like I would do on my phone. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for today. We pretty much took 2 trades for the day. If you guys are part of the live session, we lost the PRB here, unfortunately, but then we made the win on the breakout V3, which pretty much brought us a break even. So looking over here at my profits for the day, I'm currently down $400. It's just, nominal damages here because of the just the slippage, but it's like $20, right? It's nothing. It's probably never going to be at zero. It's going to be either a small win or a small loss whenever it's a break even day. So I made a small loss right here, but for the week I'm up. So I'm down 400 for the day because of the small break even loss, but I'm up 19,689 for the week so far. So hopefully tomorrow is going to be another winning day and I can add another 20K to this list. That'd be nice, right? That'd be nice for everybody. So, all right, guys, other than that, I think that's it. If you guys are going to be part of the mentoring session after, I'll just get off this live session real quick, hop right back on, send out the link for the mentoring session. and then we'll cover the trades from today and any other questions that the mentoring group has. So, all right, guys. If you guys are not going to be part of the mentoring session, I'll see you guys here tomorrow as we pick back up and close out the week for, what is this? February week 3, FOMC week. So, all right, guys, I'll see you guys in a few if you guys are in the mentoring session. If not, I'll